And good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday. It's Hump Day. It's June 15th, 2022, and this is Nevermind the Furthermore. Hey, I got my coffee. That's why I'm running a little behind. Wait a minute, you don't have yours? Well, tell you what, since I'm your friend, I'm going to give you a minute. Go get your coffee, and we'll be back in about a minute or so.
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
How dare you!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
And good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Welcome to the Wednesday edition of Nevermind the Furthermore. I'm your host, Brian K. Morris. I really am. And we got a whole lot of stuff to cover today. Some great comments already I see coming in. If you're watching us on live, we'd love to see your comments. Please let me know you're live. And also, if you're watching on the rerun, which many of you do, leave a comment down below and I'll reply to it, all right? And just want to say extend my gratitude to our amazing friends on Patreon. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly. And these wonderful people are supporting me, and I'm eternally grateful. I genuinely am. But they get stuff for it. Like I'm going to have to write a blog for tomorrow because they get 2 of them every week, sometimes more. And later this week, possibly even today, if you get $5 and above, you're going to get to see the very first chapter of Volcana 2, the Prometheus frame up. I'm starting that, and it's coming out well. You'll want to see it. And so if you want to see what I offer you in exchange for your direct support, come to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and see the glories within. We also are brought to you by, this episode is brought to you by Rising Tide Publications. Keep an eye out for this. The Terrors. I got a beautiful poster from Jeffrey Hayes, who will be mentioned lovingly next. And this is going to go on a special edition upcoming. But the first book in The Terrors is coming up soon, later this summer. Look at that beautiful, beautiful artwork. And we're going to have another one, another piece of art on the front cover of The Terrors coming out this summer. You will be thrilled and overjoyed with it. And also, we want to thank our ongoing sponsors, Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book, yes, your book, matters to you.
You've worked hard and written a great book. Now, it's time to give it a great cover. If you're an indie author or small press publisher, Plasma Fire Graphics is your source for affordable cover illustration and graphic design. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you.
If you're proud of your book that you worked so hard on, then definitely get a cover you can be just as proud of. That's where Jeffrey Hayes comes in. Check out the Plasma Fire Graphics page on Facebook, and then bop on over to plasmafiregraphics.com, see some more samples, and ask him about his independent creator-friendly pricing on all the graphics you'll need to sell that book, from cover to social media, what have you. He's got you covered. Check him out. That's Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And with that, we are going to head to the comments here. We are apologies for running a little bit behind, but like I said, the coffee was brewing slow. It has all morning. I don't know what its problem is. We showed you the terrace. Also want to put this up. Next month, I will be at Volume 3 of Heroes for Kids Comic-Con at the Perry Park Center, 800 City Park Lane in Perrysville, Missouri. That's going to be Saturday, July 16th. I will be opposite the wonderful Villainous Grounds booth. And also you can see we got some really cool people. Guy Gilchrist, voice artist Karen Whitfield, actor Paul Taylor, and actor W.F. Bell. Bill Bell is hilarious. Also artist Jim Hall, author Richard, let's see. I want to make sure I get it. Knack and Timothy and artist Timothy Chasen. And I will be there with brand new editions of Pulp Realities 1 through 3, as well as Major Marjorie and the award-winning Snow Shorts book, and other delights. So please come see me. I will be there, and the more you buy, the worse my math gets. So anyway, let's get into your comments. And there he is, my brother from another mother, Nicholas Tucker. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And your Hump Day holiday is now. That's right. And folks, just to let you know, we are going to limit the show to 1 hour. It's already getting hot up here. We may have to consider doing this show from another part of the house, a cooler part of the house. As you know, some of you know our AC is not working well, and it's a struggle. But anyway, we've been staying cool. Hope you have been too, and please check on any of the elderly or people who can't get out for whatever reason. And make sure they're okay, all right? Or just check them on Facebook or something. Anyway, Mike, Jimmy, Larson, de Bruin, hello, Nevermore. Good to see you this morning, my brother. And I finished the base animatic today for the Life on Korra pilot, coming in at 6 minutes. Very cool. Which will probably go to 8 minutes once we get on with voice acting. That is beautiful. Well done. Love to see your progress. And the mighty Manatee Man, master of marketing, hopes you are as excited as I am. His excitement is palpable. In fact, it's visible. You know what I'm saying? You better stand back a couple feet. Anyway, Nick, we're always glad to have you here. Love you, man. And hey, Nick and Mike from Donna Carly Colleen, who we will see this Saturday at the Peoria Civic Center at the Indie Author Book Expo. Please check us out. Please, if you're anywhere in the area, come see it. It's going to be a great show. We've got some really great guests: Jen Thompson, Donna Carly Carleen, Carl Witzman, Keisha Acuff, Kathy Jackson, Matthew Jackson. I will be there. George Takis, who wrote a wonderful book about the Great Chicago Fire Conspiracy, and a couple of my other friends from the Windy City Pulp and Paper Show will be there as well. So greet them, buy some stuff from all of us, and look forward to seeing everyone there. All right, and good morning, Donna from Mike Jimmy. Woohoo, Mike Jimmy, says Nick, and I can't wait for tomorrow. That's right, tomorrow is Nerd Bacon at 9 a.m. on the Raging 2 Network. Check that show out with Luke Stone, Nick Tockert, and Mike Jimmy Lorcha de Bruin. And check in the first minute and change of the show with the AMSR that you could eat a 5-course meal beforehand, but it will make you hungry. It is food porn at its finest. So a great conversation about comics and creativity. So do check them out. It's a great show. And I'll start my link dump once we are live this time. Okay. Well, anytime you want, Mike Jimmy, it works with me. And looks a strange meeting of a word with morning. Good going, sweetie. All right. Yeah. It's tough having the two together, isn't it? It's just kind of a mind, it's kind of a mind, if you will. All right, and you will. And Mike Jimmy mocks us with his laughter. Not Carly looks at the window. There's a strange light out there. We call it the sun. It is a celestial body that burns at millions of degrees every second, and it lights our entire solar system. Just letting you know, Donna. Anyway, maybe his head is it'll go away. Don't do that. We'll die in 10 minutes. Anyway, I was out planting peppers till the shadows moved and evil orb and sky saw me. Then I scuttled back into the AC. Yeah, I have an oscillating fan in the front room. It's been doing pretty good service the last 48 hours. I went outside for a little bit to check the tire pressure on the van and thought, well, I better get these things topped off. And then I'm like, I'm starting to sweat already, so let's maybe do this tomorrow, okay? Donna Carly Carleen, I tried that before and it just ignores me, but that's what curtains are for. Good point. And it's mild here, says Mike Jimmy, for June at least, but I'm keeping my mouth shut before we have another summer lasting from May to November, like 2018. Ew, yeah, I remember we had something like that too. Yeah, it's tough to think that we still have July and August to look forward to. Ew. And it's already 80 degrees Fahrenheit out here, and it's not yet 9 a.m. here, and it's 73 here and nearly 4 p.m. where Mike Jimmy is. We are international today, people. And hello to you, Carl Witzman. Good to see you here this morning on this rather warm morning. And good morning, Carl. And there he is, says Donna. Now, don't forget that you can meet Brian K. Morris along with Donna and myself and Keisha at the Peoria Book Show this Saturday at the Peoria Civic Center, which is a wonderful, beautiful facility. And man, I wish it's kind of funny because I'd love to go back later. I think it's in September or so, but Ghost is appearing. I have fallen in love with that group. Their music is incredible. Despite the heavy satanic stuff in there, and some of that is ringing true, kids. Anyway, but no, they make great music. I would love to see that group. It'd be a lot of fun. And if only planes were cheaper, Carl. If only, dude, Mike Jimmy, we got a spare room here in the house, And sorry, I was watching a video about Batgirl Yvonne Craig and lost track time for some reason. Carl, I got to meet her one time, and at the Superman celebration, and you know what? She is just as beautiful, or she was just as beautiful. In a more mature way as she was on the TV show. And yeah, between her and Julie Newmar helped me get through adolescence. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Big news is coming. You don't want to miss a second. That's true. Folks, Friday, we have a very special announcement about Nevermind the Furthermore. That will be happening this Friday. There's some stuff that's in the works. I'm excited about it. I really am. And it's going to be a matter of the good news and the better news. And I hope you'll be as excited by it as I am. I cannot tell you enough. All the dominoes have fallen into place, and this show is just going to get better and better. But we've got something, and we're going to clear it with you guys. Well, we're not going to clear it. We're going to do it anyway. But we're going to make you think you have a voice in it. But anyway. Yeah, we're drinking the fluids already. Anyway, yes. Sorry, Mike Jimmy Lurcher to Bruin. And Mike, I understand, says Donna Carly, and it's because of your luxurious height. Someone might be talked into helping with that extra. And Carl, that's forgivable. I mean, Yvonne Craig. Oh, holy hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, she was beautiful. I got to see Julie Newmar down there at Superman Celebration 2 in 2004, I believe it was. And she was in her, call it early 70s then. And she was kind of hobbling because she's got a muscular disease that affects her legs. And she was walking a little gingerly that day, but she came sashaying in and it was just so elegant and lovely. And she's like, I can't believe you're here for me. And it's like, we are, Julie. But it's nice of you to say so. And like, she was just so wonderful. And she was you imagine meeting the people you crushed on when you were younger, and Julie was one of many. It was a painful adolescence for me. But she was every bit as gracious and lovely as you would hope, and more, and then some. And I still love her. Anyway, I'd let Cookie watch. But anyway, I know, right, Nick? And by the way, today is my, if you've been following Facebook, today is my 31st wedding anniversary. And I thank you all in advance. And I thank you to everyone who's made comments on Facebook about it. 31 years ago on a Saturday, we had planned our own wedding. My mother-in-law, who I love, wanted to do ours, but she was going to get us a big church wedding, and that's not what we wanted. We wound up getting married in Hessel Park in Champaign on the south side. We rented the gazebo for $50, I think it was. And we had spent a total of like $300 on our entire wedding. Cookie didn't get a traditional dress. She bought hers at the Sears in Danville, Illinois, no longer there. I bought my jacket at the Champaign Goodwill, I believe it was. And my trousers, I got at the Goodwill in Vincennes, Indiana for like 17 cents. And they fit perfectly. And we had pretty much everything else. We made our own refreshments. We had about 125 people at the ceremony. Our only rule was if you want to bring a gift, you don't have to. But one, no toasters, because we each had one, and we had emptied out my late mother's home. And so we did not lack for toasters, believe you me. And I said, anyone that brings one will get it flung at them at their heads. And also the other rule was wear shoes because there will be squirrel poop out there. Cookie got a case of nerves, probably realized what a mistake she was making, and lost track of the ceremony after she had berated me for possibly playing to the audience, which of course I promptly did. And gave a big thumbs up after we were married and we were doing the smooch. And then my darling goddaughter, Mindy Leonard, was our serving girl there. And we got all kinds of wonderful things from our friends, mostly their friendship, and their attendance was great. Cookie got into a cat fight with her sister, Barb. I still have men asking if she's single. And the reverend, who was 93 at the time, was my mother's reverend at the church I had left back in the 70s. And he was a wonderful, wonderful man. I loved him dearly, and I miss him quite a bit. And I understand why my mom adored him. But anyway, he did the wedding ceremony. I had a honorarium for him. He handed it back and said, "No, this one's for your mom." So... And my mom was in attendance too. As you know, my mother was cremated and had passed away like about 6 months before the wedding ceremony. Unfortunately, she met Cookie and fell in love with her as I did. Well, we arranged that David E. Laker, God bless the boy, when the wedding ceremony started, he went out to our car and got the urn and stood where Cookie and I could see it, and Mom was at the wedding. And it kind of creeped out everyone when we were taking the family pictures later, and somebody said, "Well, that's his mom in the urn," and people started fleeing. And it was and then it was capped off by two of our could have been brighter friends, thinking that, and we told everybody, you tie anything to our car like cans or something, we will murder you in front of everyone, and we'll do it slow and painfully just for our own amusement. And also, if you write anything on our car, we will rinse it off with your blood. Okay, we made it very clear there was a certain amount of shenanigans we were not going to endure that day. And so as Cookie and I got into her little Chevy Corolla, I started up the engine, and then I start to feel the back end go up, and I look in the rear view mirror, and two of our burly friends had picked up the back of the vehicle because it was a fairly small sedan. They'd picked up the back of the vehicle with the intent of making the rear wheels leave the ground. So, ha, ha, ha. The wheels would be spinning in midair. Ha, ha, ha. Well, ha, ha, ha. Guess what? The Corolla was a front-wheel drive vehicle. One little tap on the accelerator, two pain screams later, we were off for our honeymoon. So anyway, that was the best 3 hours. Some of the best 3 hours of my life. It was a wonderful, love-filled morning. And in fact, a couple of other couples there decided to get married after seeing us. So that was kind of neat. But anyway, that's today is the 31st anniversary of that day. And I want to thank everyone for your well wishes so far and the prayers for Cookie. Anyway, even with budget class, I'd not be able to afford it for a good while still, says Jimmy Lurch to Bruin. At least I can see you all online, and that's a good second. Dude, we are so, in all sincerity, Mike, Jimmy, I am so glad you're in our lives. I really am. You are a shining light. You really are. And my second favorite, Yvonne to DiCarlo. Oh my God, yes. You know, I didn't really crush on Yvonne DiCarlo and the Munsters till later, but I didn't, I always was hotter for Morticia Adams than I was for Lily Munster, but Yvonne DiCarlo was pretty hot, and she was a great actress, and I read about how she took the role of the Munsters to keep bread on the table. But I heard of her being very nurturing towards like Pat Priest and everything. So that was cool. And yes, says Carl Witzman, online friends are sometimes better than nearby friends. At least they don't drink all your liquor. Reminds me, I saw a price still became some Kraken. it, giving you some getting you some Kraken, it's a small price for your friendship, Carl. I'm glad you can be bought. But I've had several discussions with some friends. Like 5 years ago, the big thing was online that well, your online friends are not your real friends. You cannot grow close to them. That's so wrong. And the thing is, I feel as close to many of my online friends as I do the ones I have met in person, and meeting them in person is almost like the cherry on the sundae. Like last year at HalloCon, I got to meet the crew, the then crew of the Stupid O'Clock show, and it was one of those things where each of those guys were just as amazing in person as I imagined they would be from watching them on Stupid O'Clock. It was such a great experience. And there are some people who I only see once a year, maybe. Like if I go to the Superman celebration, but otherwise we talk online when need be. We stay in touch. You know, I'm not saying that the internet will replace real friendships, nor should it, but it'll do in a pinch, by God. And be sure to turn on all chat. That's right. A chat lives to be turned on. So buy a dinner tonight. By the way, I am taking Cookie to dinner tonight. Oddly enough, we do celebrate our anniversary on the 15th of every month. We do go out for what we call our anniversarily. And that is where we'll go out to dinner and do something special, but we do kind of a wingding on the actual date. Now this year we're kind of we've got some expenses, and so we're kind of being a little modest about it. We got Calgon for one thing, and an AC that needs some love and something else. But it's like we after a certain while, and maybe some of the more seasoned citizens among us might say, it doesn't really become just another day, but it's like, well, yeah, it's like, well, what can I get her this year? The anniversaries are escalating here. So anyway, I'm still saying someone might be helpful, Mike. Well, that's true. That's true. And I put on my like early so I don't forget. Thank you, Carl. And you've had 22 minutes and 39 seconds to enjoy this show. If you have so far, even a little bit, or you plan to in the immediate future, you pray to God this gets better. Please give us a like on Facebook. If you're watching us on YouTube for the superior picture and sound quality, give us a thumbs up. And if you have not already, please subscribe. This channel is going to get some serious growth soon. We are planning some new broadcasting stuff, and we think you're going to like it. And I'm not going to say who is going to help me with some of it. I've got some very cool people that are going to be assisting me with this, and let's just say one of them was a guest on the show last week. Okay, that'll give you some clues. So check out my back catalog too. Anyway, Mike Jimmy says, I wouldn't say no, Donna. Good for you. And all of a sudden, Donna has tons of money. Boy, she's a thrifty gal, Carl, and she's been hiding it from you. And well, if I could help Carl, yeah, seriously, but it took him so long to reply. I was beginning to think I lost my flirting mojo. Donna, I'm ready to fly out to Danville right now. What are you talking about? And she's so sweet. Just don't let everyone know it would ruin her reputation. I won't hear it from me. I'm laughing with Nick. And today is Keisha Acuff's birthday. That's right. Keisha, if you're watching, we love you, beautiful person, and happy birthday to you, darling. Look forward to seeing you this Saturday. Keisha, God bless her, or God help her. She's gonna be seated next to me at the Indie Author Book Expo. So if you didn't have enough reason to visit with me being there and Carl and Donna and Kathy and some other great people, then you got all kinds of reasons now, because Keisha will be there. And who's got the paddle? I prefer the bare hand, Carl. I like the personal touch. And Rad Publishing, good to see you, Rick Bradley. Good morning, Nevermorians. I'll have to be lurking in the shadows listening to my break. My supervisor is in the office this week and is cracking down on me having my phone out. Well, don't get fired because of us, brother. Also, check out Rad Publishing. If you have not subscribed to that channel right now, do it. Because every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, R&D Gaming is on. That's a fun show with Rick and his son Donovan as they play old school video games. And it's so cool to watch. And no paddle, I have to use my hand. Oh, well. And It's the personal touch that it counts, Carl. And hey, Rick, and oh my, Carl's getting corporal over there, says Nick Tucker, and hey, Rick from Donna. And so I'll have it face down, but my Bluetooth earbud, my ear listening in anyway. I'm a rebel, and they'll never be any good. He's a rebel because he never does what he should. Anyway, glad to have you here, superstar. And Carl, everyone knows Keisha is sweet, a vampire, but a sweet vampire. I've not tasted her, so I don't know. And Carl mocks us with his laughter. And hey, Carl and Donna, hugs to you both, and not wrong. It's Mike Jimmy. She is a sweetheart. She really is. And vampires were people too. Good point, my guy. Good point, Nick Tucker. No, I just realized that our next green room is the night before the Peoria show. I'll have to behave myself. Yeah, right. Oh, that's so funny. That's hilarious. And that's the sort of hilarity you can see in the green room every Friday night. I'll probably have to go to bed by 6 o'clock to be ready because I'm not spending the night, but I am going to bring Calgon over in the morning. So I'm probably going to have to get up about, probably about 4:30 or 5. Oh, dear God in heaven. I get up every day at 4, so what's one more? Anyway, Nick Tucker says, vampires are the fully possessed remains of the dead brought back to torture and feed on the living like a dead plague. But Keisha's nice about it. She is. She's very polite, and she's a darling, and she can nibble me anytime. And right, time to focus on animations again. Mike says enough of this talk about Keisha, I'm telling you. And Donna says, Carl Witzman, that big crash was not in our yard in case you heard it. What? Did the satellite come down? And yep, you can do it, Mike Jimmy. We believe in you. Nick Tucker and I believe in you. And Donna says, I'm thinking of this large truck that's saying with its blinkers over there on Vermilion. I know where Vermilion is. And NTF or Lizzie Borden's House on Unsolved Mysteries. Hard choice. Yeah. Donna, if you abandoned me for Lizzie Borden's House, I would understand. I got to drive by there. I lived in Newport, Rhode Island, the summer of 1977, and my uncle took me past Lizzie Borden's house. Now, at the time, many of the people who owned that house refused to turn it into a tourist spot, mostly for privacy reasons. But I think it's about 20 years ago, it got sold to somebody who said, come on down. And they encouraged tourism. I'd love to go back and see it. I'd love to go back to Newport one more time before I cast off this mortal coil. That'd be fun. And hi to you, Skunk Rocker. Mwah! Brother, how you doing? Good to see you as always. Hope the morning's going your way. And Donna, you lived your own unsolved mysteries. There you go. Most of these mysteries are about our friends. But anyway, Mike Jimmy says, I've done 2 rough scenes so far on this animatic, and I'm already like 4 seconds longer than the full rough I made. Yep, this one's going to be a pickle. Mike Jimmy, I've seen your advance on those, and I'm looking forward to the results, man. I'm proud of you for stretching like this. And methinks Brian can't find his coffee this morning. Ding, 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 ding. And he's up just working on Calgon. Yes, I got part of what I wanted to get done on Calgon. Got to go out tomorrow and inflate the tires, not by much, fortunately. I've never had tires at 80 PSI before, but this is 3.5 tons of vehicle, so I get it. Okay, it's not like these 30 pounders are going to do any good. 80 on the back and 50 on the front. I've never had that before. But anyway, yeah, I got some stuff done in Calgon. Going to go out tomorrow and sweat my butt off, trying to get some stuff straightened up in there. It's one of those things where we transferred things from my old, my old Saturn SL into the vehicle, some of which I needed because that car was falling apart. Well, then I am now in the new vehicle, and we don't need all that stuff because it runs better. So I don't need to be carrying oil with me all the time or coolant. I can keep it at the house. That'd be nice. But we may keep some of the vehicle as an emergency thing. And plus, we've got all kinds of things that we bought for the car, but we didn't really use them. Like I've got a tire inflator. I'm not sure it'll work on these big monsters. I may try it later today. I'll do one tire and see how I last. But I'm not sure I need all of it. So I'm bringing some of it back into the house and cleaning up the back area for sleeping. Which, by the way, we spent 3 nights in Calgon over the weekend. And it was heavenly. I slept very well. We stayed at a rest stop near just outside of Metropolis, Illinois for we spent the Friday night. We spent there. Thursday, we didn't know if the place was open, so we stopped about 2 hours away from Metropolis at a rest stop between Effingham and Marion, and spent the night there, and it was a restful night. Then we spent Saturday night or Friday night just outside Metropolis. Then we spent Saturday night just south of Medina, Iowa, or Ohio, rather. Excuse me, Ohio, for the Pulp Factory, or not Pulp Factory, but the Pulp Fiction convention, which was a great show. And again, Chef Harper, thank you so much for having me. I definitely appreciate it. I'd love to come back next year. And by the way, check out Rob Davis. Write that name down. Rob Davis. He's a very talented artist, and he is the art director at Airship 27 Publishing. He and his partner, Ron Fortier, just did a video. They haven't done a video since like April or something like that. But anyway, they had some very kind things to say about me and the Pulp Fiction Awards in the Windy City Pulp and Paper Show. And some nice things to say about Charles Millhouse and Stormgate Publishing. So please check it out on YouTube. Anyway, you're being so productive, Mike. I might think about becoming profuctive. Is that a word? Is this something in erotica that I don't know? Anyway, productive, I guess. Anyway, and which is the same thing in one as always. And I called it Skunk. You know me so well, brother. And hi, Skunk, Rocker, hey, Skunk, and hello, beautiful Keisha Acuff, mwah, the eye candy who will be by my side all day on Saturday. I'm looking forward to it, Keisha. Hope we have fun. Anyway, hope you have fun meeting Keisha. Please come see us at the Indie Author Book Expo this coming Saturday at from 10 to 4, I believe it is. And also, Jen, that is spelled with 2 N's, Jen Thompson, our promoter, has 3 tables left. So if you want to get in on this last second thrill power, please come see us. Please set up with us. We would love to have you in our end of the room. And oh yeah, sorry for there not being a HoloCon live last night. We're actually doing that every 2 weeks, so it'll be next Tuesday. And I don't know how to listen or read a calendar. Hey, Skunk, go ahead and promote that on my Facebook page if you'd like, brother. I'd love to get some more people down to HoloCon. And as things stand now, we're going to go. So, in BKM, it's hotter than hell. Loosen up your collar. Yeah, my bow tie. Thank you, Carl. I was trying to be with my... I'm already starting to wilt a little here. Because it's hotter in here than most people's girlfriends. And, yeah. I've got this thing... blowing air on me, and I've already gone through all but 2 sips of this already, and it was hot. So if I pass out, Carl, you know what to do. But anyway, but no, I'm not going to. But anyway. What was I saying? But yeah, I will be at HoloCon in October, hopefully. I think it's going to be the last show I do this year. And Skunk, anytime you guys want to promote your live show, let me know or post it. Go ahead and tag me or something, all right? I want to help with this. And Facebook user, humpity hump. Look at Brian go. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermornings. I know who this is. This is my fellow Brian. Mwah! Brian Rodman, how are you doing, brother? Well, the heat index is over 100, and my life is being threatened with every each breath of this terrarium hellfire that people tell me is air. Hope you all are staying hydrated, and watch how you talk to each other. This heat is a monster. No joke. It's a little crispy in this room right now, too, but I am so glad to see you, Brian. I love you. I hope you're doing well, man. I worry about you. I do. I pray for you every day. I do. And anyway, well, let me share, says Donna Carly. Carlene says the app isn't set up. I'm not on a phone. I'm on the real deal. That's right. You know, I do the spoonerism, but your phones, everyone. I'm telling you, go with the PC every time. And that's cool, Skunk. We were busy with the guest anyway. That's all right. And I was probably unconscious. Anyway, Donna Carlene, frankly, that's good, Skunk. Means we didn't miss it. Yeah, I'm selfish. Thought you knew that about me, but you wear it well, okay? And we just had a comment dump. And there we go. Angie Deuce, good morning, everyone. Angie, mwah, good morning, darling. How are you? Hope you're doing well. And hey, Skunk, stay floofy out there. That's right. Floof away, my friend. And hey, Angie from Donna. And thank you, Ryan Permisson, for sharing this. And good morning, Nevermorians. Follow Ryan Permisson's amazing activities on Ryan, and I quote. And so I'm not trying to get all religious, But, says Brian Rodman, I found a new podcast that is a splendid dive into what the Bible actually says as opposed to what crap has been fed to people for the last couple of generations. It's called The Bible for Normal People. I love it. And they do joke about how no one is normal. Huge recommendation from your friendly neighborhood Brian. It sounds like it's going to be too. Dude, share that link if you would, all right? And yes, it does happen, Nick. It really does happen. And good morning from Carl Wilson. Good morning, Angie, and everyone I missed. And hope y'all are doing well. My darling Keisha, we are doing great. A little warm around the edges, but frosty inside, sweetheart. Mwah, looking forward to seeing you Saturday. And birthday girl, that's right. Everyone, please leave some birthday wishes for Keisha Acuff. Happy birthday to you, Keisha. Happy anniversary to. Well, I've got the anniversary. She's got the birthday. And happy birthday, Keisha. Happy birthday, Keisha. I think the song's still copyrighted. Watch us get a copyright strike. Anyway, Mike Jimmy, good morning, Keisha. Happy birthday. And if you want to be a guest on I Quote Saturdays live at noon Eastern, you can be, but you need to pre-record maybe, and he can do that. A friendly conversation, promote your projects. Go to that Calendly address. Now, last I heard, Ryan was booked for the rest of this year, so get in on 2023 right now. And Carl's going, come here, Keisha, as he's patting his lap. Oh, yeah. And thank you all. Oh, no, thank you, Keisha. And happy birthday, Keisha. Happy birthday, Keisha. And we got an idiot from Twitch, which makes me want to nuke the link to it. But anyway, let's see. What can we get rid of that idiot? No, it's not letting me. Anyway, he's saying you can buy follower primes and viewers on that store. We don't buy our followers. We have the real thing because we're better than you. And go yourself, okay? Sideways dry. Anyway, and good morning from the Decibels Well Press Publisher. We love. And thank you for taking over Comic Book Spectrum last Thursday. I'll be doing it tomorrow. Sweating the oldie that I'll be the oldie you'll be sweating to because I'll be doing it for you. Hey Jody, hey Joe, and Jen says that we can park inside the building on Saturday, so unloading should be so easy. Oh really? Oh, very cool. Very cool. Oh man, and yeah, cool. I would love that. That was and I hope we don't have to walk through the labyrinth that was the building. I'm probably going to try to pull everything in, so I'm only carrying like one bin. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, Cookie should be with me, so we'll see what happens. And Joe D. McPhee from the That's So Small Press Publisher, Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. You'll love that show. It's great on comics. Morning, Brian. Hope all is well with you and Madam Executive Producer. She survived yesterday's heat index, and so did I. And all is well, my friend. Hope all is well with you. Looking forward to tomorrow night with you. And Joe, says Carl. And Nick Tucker says, I also will be doing some voice acting tomorrow for possibly the most on-brand character I have ever done. It's funny, Nick. I've got a voice acting gig coming up too. As soon as a certain wheezing, coughing, sneezing one of my best friends finishes the third issue of that wonderful comic that everyone's waiting for. So let's put it this way. I'm the AI I'm the definite sentient AI. Did you all see that somebody from Google was worried that the AI they were working on had become sentient? Turns out that it's a little shady. No surprise. But I thought that was interesting, and I'd love it if it happened in our lifetime. Anyone ever see Colossus: The Forbidden Project or read the book? Yeah, that's what's coming. Anyway, Donna Carly, everyone gets a hello from Jody McPhee. And in case you missed it, check out the latest episode of I Quote with the promoter, Pops Van Zandt, and media darling on Ryan Permison's show at that address there. And there's more coming, I'm sure. And Facebook user says, folks, I am finished writing The Midnight Mason and the Curse of the Black Knights, coming to Pulp Reality for this fall. I have just started on the story Too Many Bodies for number 17. And anyway, just have to get some final edits in and finish up the artwork, folks. It is so much fun, like Indiana Jones meets H.P. Lovecraft and The Shadow. So excited to jump into the new pulp genre. So excited to have you, brother. We got to get you up to Windy City Pulp and Paper next, man. I'll show you the ropes there and the clamps. Anyway, Ryan and Brian, check out the latest issue of Alter Ego magazine from Tomorrow's. There is a huge section in there on the shadow comic books from the 1940s. It is really interesting. I will try to have I meant to have some of my treasures from Pulp Fiction show here today, but I didn't. I'll try to have them Friday, okay? And don't forget, Friday will be the big announcement that for Nevermind the Furthermore that will change the course of this broadcast forever and make it better. And Carl Westman says, scientifically speaking, if the sun shuts off, the light and heat takes 8 minutes to get here, so we'd probably live for about 12 minutes. Actually, I saw I can. It's in German. It's like Kruger Vonderstadt or something like that, and it's an animated show. But they researched how long it would take us to die if the sun went out. And it actually would take about a week and a half. I mean, the first thing that happens is, this will cheer you all up. Of course, the light vanishes 8 minutes after the sun's extinguished, 8 or 9 minutes, because it takes that long to travel to us. And from that point on, the temperatures drop precipitously. And it doesn't matter where you are, it's the North Pole all over times 10. Basically, within a week, all plant and animal life will die. The electrical system, which is about more than it's probably a lot of systems are close to a century old. Chances are they will fail after a certain time. People will not be able to go out. Carl will be fine. Cars will not work. They will basically freeze over. All vegetation will die, so there's nothing to eat. Any livestock will probably be dead by that point too. Basically, all life on Earth will be extinguished in about 2 weeks. So if that happens, join me on the front lawn, everyone. We're going to get over with anyway. Keeping up the cheer on this hump day. Angie Judas says, moving while it's boiling hot is no fun. Oh my God, you poor thing. Hey, you and the mister, you both take care of yourself, okay? Because this show needs you, all right? So please take care of yourselves. And happy anniversary, Brian and Cookie. Thank you, both. Mwah! Thank you for your well wishes. I appreciate that. And Nick Tucker from Mike Jimmy says, I haven't heard back from Nita or Daphne for tomorrow, but it's okay if they can't make it. We can still do some tryout recordings. Oh, cool. And hey, William from Donna. And, oh, that's right. Poor Angie. Yes, seriously. Moving's no fun when the weather's good. I feel your pain, Angie, but you guys take care of yourselves, all right? And stay hydrated and don't work too hard. And love you guys, and hi to everyone. I hope all are well. Love you too, William. Mwah! Love your great news you gave me yesterday. You take care of yourself, too, in this heat. And join Ryan live on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern as he reviews Nightwolf Volume 1 with writer Rob Moltari. It's going to be a great time. And from the National Small Press Publisher, Brian, are you set room conditioning-wise for tomorrow night? Do we need to prepare the virtual BKM for CBS? I don't think so. I may be sweating like a swine for the 2 hours that we're there. But I'm planning, and it would be cooler at night. So I have my fan. Hear that? Is that great ASMR? You feel better already, don't you? But oh man. So yeah, we're taking precautions, and now we're gonna die. Anyway, no, I should be okay. So if something changes, I will let you know, I promise. And join us live on noon Eastern for And I Quote with voiceover actress Lisa Lee as we take your questions and give them back when they're done with Ryan Permisson on And I Quote this Saturday at noon Eastern. William A. Bove says Wednesday the 13th is coming to St. Louis September 11th. Whoa, that sounds ominous. And William, love your emojis, man. Here's one of my own. Anyway, I will, Ryan Permisson says, I'm grateful for the community and all your support. Have a safe and productive day, everyone. You too, Ryan, have a great one, my friend. And from Dessa Small Press Publisher, I will be doing a countdown show for the campaign on Saturday. That will be fun. I won't be home in time, I don't think. But anyway, I'm proud, though, I got to help launch it. All right. And we funded in 56 minutes. And I believe Joe just passed the $1,500 mark. So please, folks, do not hesitate. Go to this web address and check out Amazonia. You have till Saturday to pledge to it. It's a sensational comic book by the wonderful Joe D. McPhee. please give it some love. And if nothing else, please share the link with your friends on your Facebook page and your social media so he can get some of your friends who might be interested in what he's having to show you. And let's see here. Oh, here we go. We got a I forgot my crawl here, Nick. Anyway, if you enjoy what you see or hear, please consider leaving a tip for us at paypal.me/risingtidebcam. All right. We do appreciate it. All contributions will be gratefully and privately acknowledged. All right. So we won't embarrass you in public any more than we have to. So anyway, let's see. Here we go. We've got some more stuff and all right. And it's got that. And nope, we're not needing the thing. We're September 11th and countdown. And no worries, Mike Jimmy from Nick Tucker. So you know it's going to be okay. And happy anniversary. That's awesome, Brian. Congrats. Thank you, Mike Jimmy. I appreciate that. I really do. I guess to use a joke that I don't do it anymore. But I would say usually something like, yeah, we've been married 31 years and they've been 28 of the happiest of our lives. We had a couple sketchy years there. Mostly when we worked different shifts. It got a little rough on the marriage a little bit because we weren't seeing each other. But I have to say one of the best times we've had in 31 years was actually the start of 2020 when the lockdown happened. Yeah, things were starting to go to hell, but we got to spend all the time together. And that was glorious. That was fantastic. Every married couple should be locked in their apartment or their house together and be unable to go out for fear of dying. It helps the wedding. It helps the marriage. And it's my 31st birthday. Happy anniversary. You're 31. You were born on the day that Cookie and I were having sex? Wow. Keisha, we may have to talk. Anyway, but here's something else. I want to wish a happy anniversary to Amy and John Hale. All right, while we're at it, because they were married on the exact same day that Keisha was born and the day that I got married. It was funny because we were at a convention, it was probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and the two of us got to talking one night while we were waiting for dinner, and I mentioned the anniversary that I mentioned earlier, and she goes, when were you married? I said, well, June 15th, and she goes, oh, that's a coincidence. John and I were married that day. What year were you? And she goes, we were married in 91. How about you? And I go, oh, goodness, you're not going to believe this. So anyway, we have been married 31 years, and they've been terrific years, actually. And thank you, Angie. I appreciate that so very much. So serious talk, says Brian Rodman. I'm done with Webtoon altogether. Their new slogan, comics are literature's fun side hustle. What a wad of shit in the face to this amazing art form. Webtoon is a disgrace and doesn't deserve your attention, folks. I'll be pulling Memoirs of an Angel from the app later today. I agree. Side hustle my buttocks. That's nuts to treat this like a hobby. Because for many people, one, it's a passion. And secondly, it may not be their side hustle. And to give it less gravitas than the full respect, the literature form it deserves. I don't blame you, brother. I don't blame you. I seriously understand. Good on you. And yes, happy birthday to Cookie, anniversary to Cookie and Brian. Thank you, Don. I appreciate that. And John B. Pica, good morning, Multiverse. Happy New Comics Day. Happy New Comics Day to you, brother. JohnPica.com, newly redesigned and amazing, just like the man himself. And happy Halloween, birthday Keisha. Birthday Keisha. I love it. And that's such an awesome story about your guy's wedding, Brian. Yeah, it was a fun day. I mean, we didn't want one of those stodgy weddings like so many of us have had to go through. I mean, I've been at several of my friends and I've enjoyed theirs, but we decided we were going to have fun, and it was going to be every bit as informal as we tend to be, and it was just, I laughed so hard that day, and that's the way every marriage should start, with laughter and joy. So anyway, just FYI, $300 back then is about 1.2 million today. Pretty much. And boy, howdy, have you been reading about cryptocurrency? It has stalled out completely. And I saw something on Morning Brew, which every morning I start my day with. It's a painless way to get the day's news and keep tabs on the world. They had an article, I think it was yesterday or over the weekend, about cryptocurrency has kind of stalled right now with the difficulties in Ukraine and all the supply issues that haven't been resolved in the 2 years. Well, they were talking about cryptocurrency has kind of stalled out. And there was one company that said, well, listen, tell you what, invest your cryptocurrency with us and we'll invest it in high risk stocks. Well, the stock market is tanking too, kids. And also, they couldn't find out who owned they could find out who owned the company, but that's all they could find out about it. And it's a fairly recent startup. And it's basically, it could go under like most of the other crypto variants that have come out. The only crypto you should trust is Superman's dog. You know what I'm saying? Nick Knocker says, happy Halloween anniversary, Brian and Cookie. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate you, man. And Mike, Jimmy, and Rion, happy anniversary. Thank you, Rion. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. And I crushed on Yvonne DiCarlo and the Munsters. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I go back and look and it's like, what was I missing out on? Holy cats. Yeah, she's an attractive woman, that's for sure. And Nick Tucker says, if you want to support BKM's amazing anniversary with Cookie, help him bring Cookie home, hit up his PayPal. That's true. That's what that's for. Thank you very much, Nick. Yes, and like I said, all contributions will be privately and gratefully acknowledged. Mike Jimmy Lordship de Bruin says, the thing about live shows is that you often still see the real person behind the camera, unlike recorded things. And yes, y'all are just as great in real life, I have no doubt. I don't carry this one, I swear. That's about all, Mike Jimmy. Other than that, what you see is pretty much what you get. And Elvira Mortician, Lily Munster, when I was 13, seeing Christina Ricci was like, wait, they come in my age too? They have a type. I remember watching the Addams Family films, which I love to this day. And Christina Ricci was so good in those. You could see that this is, like Emma Watson. Like, you want to see her in 10 years, not because you want to think of her as hot without hearing the jail doors slamming. You want to see what amazing projects they bring with the talent they have now. And I have not seen anything Christina Ricci's been in that I have not liked. If nothing else, she's been sensational in. She's a fantastic actress. And good morning to you, Eric Hawkins, our co-star of Comic Book Spectrum, on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Time. And be cooking the host, believe me. And Carl Wisman, Donna's most recent book there is on Lulu.com. Check out Vacation. She will have copies, I hope, at the Indie Author Book Expo. Carl, I have your Bat books. I've already put them in the van. And Donna, I hope you and Carl will have your latest for me. All right. And the Eric Hawkins has entered the room. The room comes alive now. Nick Knocker says, shoot, in November, mine is 20th anniversary, going to shut down all my streams as we are finally going on vacation. Well, good for you. Nick, if you need a backup, let me know. All right. And happy Kenobi Day. Happy Ms. Marvel Day. Happy those days to you, John B. Pica. I didn't realize they were. And that's because I don't watch streaming. But anyway, Carl Wisdom says, I think we'll be on Michaela's Tidbits and Scribbles next Monday night. If you are, I probably will be too. So please check it out. We will help you a lot. And Eric Hawkins shows up when Brian talks about new things. Are you part of the conspiracy? Yes, Nick, he is. He just doesn't. We are so secret, though, he doesn't know it. And John Pica, speaking of vampires, Little Monsters by Jeff Lemire is a phenomenal comic series. I love Jeff's Bloodshot. That was a great series. I like his work. And this Saturday on Back of the Cereal Box, we're reviewing the 1980s Saturday morning cartoon Drac Pack. Oh my God, I haven't thought of them in years. Holy cow, that's awesome, John. Wow, that's super. And if you want super, check out Back of the Cereal Box.fun for all your pop culture needs. And check out, and please subscribe to their YouTube channel as well. And John, I missed you in Metropolis. I'm sorry we didn't run into each other. And Nicholas, I am a part of all conspiracies. That's what all you conspiracy people think, should throw us off the track. And it's funny, the other day, if you've ever heard Weird Al's version of Foil, his takeoff of Royals, I can't hear that song now without hearing Weird Al. And they played it over the weekend while I was out of town, and all I could think of was aluminum foil. So, and anyone in the Middle Tennessee area, John B. Pica is opening a new theater show tomorrow night, Haunted Magic at Playhouse 615. You can get those tickets at johnpica.com, and I think you should. Eric Hawkins did the cover for this book, and the other one before it. Check out The Mad Gasser Cheerleader Returns, along with the prequel, The Mad Gasser Cheerleader of Calhoun County. You will be entertained. I love the first book. I'm looking forward to getting the second this weekend. And Never Say You Never says from this, a small press publisher. With my last car, I kept a crate with those things in. It's the love we have with having older cars. Yeah. That's the thing with me and Cookie. We never trade one in because the ashtray got full, We always trade them in because we have run those damn things into the ground. Now, in the case of the Saturn View, we were told start looking for a new car now before it's too late. So we've been looking. So anyway, you have to do the. Oh, and Eric admitted it, dude. That's what they all admit to throw you off the scent that they are part of the conspiracy. Don't you know? And what happens in the Illuminati stays in the Illuminati. That's right, Carl. That's what they tell me. And Facebook user Brian Robbins says, well, it's probably about that time. Have fun, be safe, and don't do drugs, folks. And as always, if you do, call Chad Nuss. Happy anniversary. Hashtag bring Cookie home. Hashtag laugh like the shadow. Just for you, brother, I will. Who knows how bleeping hot it's going to get today in the Midwest? The shadow knows. Why am I wearing an overcoat? Good God, this floppy brim hat is hotter than hell. Oh my God, this scarf, I can't breathe. Margo! Okay, that was for you guys. Thank you. Anyway, and Carl Witzman says, it's not quite as hot as my girlfriend, but it's getting close. Yeah, I know your girlfriend. She's sweet. Anyway, and that's her right now. Donna Carly Carlene. And Brian passes out. Carlson knows what to do. Breaking and seal all his Funky Pops and Kraken. Cookie would be grateful if you took all the Funko Pops. Kraken, she might hunt you down like a dog. But anyway, the Kraken is fine. The Funkos will be left behind. Thank you, Carl. You're the best. And if Rodman is the friendly neighborhood Brian, does that make Morris the rude outcast Brian? That's the skunk rocker. I'm not going to tell you. Anyway. Pretty much so, really, Skunk. You nail it. Your accuracy is frightening today. And Angie Duda says, I'm still working on my writing. My writing is horror short stories to the side of some characters getting what they deserve on a cosmic level. That's the kind I love. I love that kind of writing, Angie. Old Twilight Zone type, where if you have a moment of hubris, you pay dearly for it. I love that kind of O. Henry stuff. And Willow Schuyler, morning, my friends. Morning to you, sweetheart. Mwah. Hope you're doing well today. Love having you here. Love being had. Anyway, Willow, hope everything's cooler for you than it is for us down here. And the Skunk Rocker says, I mean, even if the song's copyrighted, you can always do a parody. Well, that was my fair use parody of Happy Birthday. Thank you, Skunk. And check out Skunk Rocker if you need great videos for voiceovers done. And good for you, Angie. And say, and hello to my peppermint princess. From Carl and Skunk Rocker, happy birthday to you. You live in a shoe. You look like a monkey and you smell like one too. Is what we used to sing in kindergarten. Oh my God, I remember that. I think we all did. And someone DM'd me on Facebook regarding a TV show, says Mike Jimmy Lordship de Bruin, and I'm really skeptical considering going on to TV, too fake, too stage. Well, as long as you don't get the bitch edit like on reality TV, you're fine. I'd be interested in hearing more about them. It might be legit if it's an interview thing. You never know. They're saying it's only about research, the only message, but I'll be skeptical until I know exactly what they're up to. Good idea. Seriously, good idea. You don't know. And, I have a comic recommendation from a friend. Adri from Scrub House told me about Vinyl. I think I've heard of Vinyl. I think I've heard of that book. Apparently it's about a convicted slasher killer who is trying to help his best friend with dementia, said best friend being the FBI agent who arrested him in the first place. Wow. I don't know what it has to do with vinyl records, but the artwork looks pretty cool. It sounds majorly cool, Skunk. Thank you. That's great. Hold on a second here. I'm all better now. Anyway, no, that sounds cool, Skunk. I'll have to look for that. I really will. Thank you for the recommendation. And please thank your friend, okay? And let's see. Carl Wisman says, I'm always skeptical of Mike Jimmy. I even doubt gravity sometimes. Gravity is one of the few things I do keep faith in. But what was it? I remember reading a story about the writer Mark Wade, who got an invitation to go to a convention he had never heard of, but they sent airplane tickets and said, "We've got your room already booked for you." And then he shows up, and there's two guys waiting for him, and they're driving around. And Mark is like, "Well, when are we going to the con?" And the two said, "Well, here's the thing. There is no con. We just wanted to meet you and talk to you. And so we got your room, and we'll pay for your meals and everything. And we bought your airplane ticket. But basically, it's just us. We just want to talk to you. Maybe bring a couple of our friends in." And he's thinking 2 days. This is a 2 day, supposed to be a 2 day show. What the hell? And so he's in his room feeling quite kidnapped. And finally, on the second day, he told him, "You either send me home or I'm calling the police." And it was kind of a terrifying little story there. So anyway, Eric Hawkins, what is more interesting, that a Google employee thought a computer became sentient, or Google fired him for voicing it? Yeah, I know. I was thinking of that. And Philip DeFranco had a good article about it yesterday, I think it was, on his show. But yeah, it's like, this is our chance to take over the world. How dare you alert the world as to our plans to create sentient AI. Hope it gets better customer service. But anyway, Carl Westman says Uncle Carl will live until all the alcohol is gone, about 2 weeks. I think you're being optimistic. You forgot to factor Donna and myself in. And it's called, that's it, thank you. The webpage I referred to earlier is called Kurzges, and it's in a nutshell in German. Thank you. Yeah, I can't pronounce that name, and I know I've screwed it up. But anyway, yeah, I love that channel. It's very informative. And said short, yeah. And pretty much, yeah, Carl, they got nice animated shows, though. They're really informative. They really are. And Carl, here's another thing. They have been known to change up their shows when they get new information in. They go with all the available research at the time, but if they find out something new, they will often redo the show, or they'll do a new version of it and take down the old show so that the information stays good. And they also, I think they have a Patreon page where the animated birds that populate the show, you can get one named after you. So I think that's pretty cool. And for this one, small press publisher Brian says, assuming that means to live underground hasn't been perfected, just thinking about the science that affect temperatures as you move further into the planet. That's true. I would imagine the frost level would go down in Illinois. It's about 2.5 feet, which is why most of your utilities start at 3 feet below. A little science, the more you know, people. Dun dun dun. I would assume that eventually the cold would get into the deeper into the ground, which means then your water lines will freeze. The personal ones at first, the larger ones eventually. So we're doomed. Anyway, Angie says, thank you, Brian. My daughter Jennifer agrees with you, and she made me sit down and eat breakfast. Thank you, Angie's daughter. You are a good girl. You really are. And you make sure your mom is a good girl too, all right? And Mike Jimmy goes, oh yeah, this Saturday Marvy and I will be launching the Radiant Sight and the Sin Killer #2 at the same time on Sketchy Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central Time. Check that show out on the Raging 2 channel. It's great. And ooh, says Nick Tucker. And the Radiant Sight, there is that Kickstarter. Please go there. And all we ask you to do, we asked this for Joe and Brian and Eric earlier, go to this site, please, people. And there is a little area where it says, I want to be notified when this launches. Click on that, please, because that gives Mike Jimmy a little more gravitas from the algorithms, and his project will be more prominently displayed. Okay, so please help him out. All right, he's our friend. Same with Marv. Marv's a good guy too. I love his work and Mike Jimmy. So please help these guys out. All right. And Brian, Wednesday 13 is like if Ghost did offensive butt rock. I love it. He tried to be the next generation Marilyn Manson, and frankly, Manson had artistic value, whereas Wednesday was just filth for shock. That's a shame. That's a shame. Yeah. I'd rather they have talent to back it up. That's why Alice Cooper still persists to this day. I mean, I say persists is a good way, because I do like his music, but I loved it from day one because he and his band then were great musicians, and Alice knows how to put on a show and how to please his audience. All right, now here's restaurants pretty good too. Scott Crocker says he had a small side project that was actually more successful than his solo career, a band he formed called Murder Dolls. Okay, I've heard of Murder Dolls, that had Joey Jordison from Slipknot in it, that was a bit more focused. And while I like some of the Murder Dolls music, and I do own the Dead in Hollywood album, the majority of the W13's work is just, well, bleh, in my opinion. Well, that's a shame. But I would still give it a listen, especially if you thought Alice Cooper was too clean cut. Well, there's that. I do like Alice Cooper. I have always liked Alice Cooper. I seriously do. I'll tell you right now, Skunk, you'll probably appreciate this. I've just, about 2 months ago, I discovered Ghost. I don't know how I did not know about them. But yeah, it's I love their music. You know, and some days, I mean, some days the satanic imagery gets a little too much for me. But what I have taken to filling my afternoons with joy, towards the end of the show, before they do their last song or two, the two lead guitarists have a playoff, and it is great. It's a guitar duel, and like one is named Omega. He's got the black guitar, and I can't remember what they call, probably Alpha or something like that. Has a white guitar, and it starts out with the white guitar player, and he's phenomenal. He's got lightning fingers and very tuneful. And then he will be like, just stand there with his hands behind his back, or he'll go towards Omega, and Omega will then do some shredding, and then he'll be like, yay, I did good at you. And then the first player will then amp it up a little, and then he'll like throw his guitar pick down on the ground as hard as he can, or he'll throw it at the other guitarist, and then the second, then Omega will play his again, and he'll get to the point where he's shredding, he's jumping up and down, he's so happy. And then the last one is where the white guitarist just goes nuts and just cuts loose with some phenomenal tapping and speed playing, and then he makes the Omega go to the and of course Omega's like like that, and then then the first guitarist will come over and make Omega stand in the direct center of the stage and play. And then depending on where they are, they sometimes change the song. Like one time they were playing in Stockholm at Christmas time, and so the guy starts Omega starts playing a little, and it segues into the Wham song about Christmas. And then another one was he's playing and he's kind of fumbling around with the chords. Sometimes he just gives up and just walks off stage. But this time he was like dun 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 dun, and then the bass player and the drummer get involved, and they're all playing, and the crowd is applauding. One time they were in New Zealand. They were playing 5,000 Miles by the Persuaders. It just fills me with incalculable joy to watch them. Anyway, let's get back to your comments here. Enough about me. And Keisha could be a long lost daughter of either couple. I know Keisha's probably starting to drink right now at the very thought of that. But yeah, Joe, that's a sobering thought there, which is like she needs a drink. She should have water and keep healthy. And Nick Tucker says, honestly, the lockdown is the best time for my marriage in many ways, and the best opportunity in my business life. Mine too. I built a lot of my business during that time, and it's still growing because of that. So anyway, and thank you. And Skunk, I meant to say thank you for that information. I really do treasure it. I really do. I love when people share the things that mean something to them and information that I don't have. I will have to check this out. I really will. And ironically, Webtoon is currently the biggest employer for comic creators worldwide. Also, they made a public apology. Oh, they did. Okay. Brian Robin, I hope you heard that. They did make a public apology. Good. They should. And Brian, it's Glenn Fleming. Oh my God, it's Glenn Fleming, the writer of this wonderfully edited book, Jack Kirby, A Personal Journey, Words and Pictures. I have my copy, and it cleared up my heart murmur, and I believe my hair is growing back, but I'm not going to tell you where. Anyway, this book is a must-have for any fan of Jack Kirby. It is a great snapshot of Glenn's 2 visits to see the king of comics, one of the most creative men and the titan of comic production. Glenn, it's good to have you here, brother. I'm always so glad to see you. I hope you're doing well. And 3 likes. You do know I am fully versed in whips and knot work. Oh man, you're about to save me $20 downtown. Anyway, Glenn says Nick Tockard, and it's 12 here, Nick. Okay, and Nick, I'm seeing 12 likes. And you mean fake money isn't real? It's real fake money, I guess. And Nick, there's 12. You have to remember to refresh. And everyone point at Nick and laugh. Oh, anyway, Nick Tockard says weird. I see only 3. Must be a cross-channel problem. It could be. It could be. Currently, as I speak, I have 9 people watching on YouTube, and we'd love it if you all gave us a like, if you would. That would be so sweet. And my the a-hole from Twitch who wanted us to buy views and likes has fled. Screw you, viewer. Anyway, join author Rick Bradley and Donovan Bradley this Monday for R&D Gaming here on Facebook and YouTube at 7 p.m. Central and 8 p.m. Eastern. Says Rick Bradley. I am going to have Donovan play the game that scared me enough to turn on my light after screaming like a little girl. I'll tell the story, but only on the show, so if you want to find out, you gotta watch so you can make fun of it. So anyway, sounds good, Nick. Please check out R&D Gaming. It is always fun. Even if you don't game, it's fun to watch Rick and Donovan bond. Anyway, and Nick Tucker says, okay, I see 11. That's good. And if I'm timing you right, everyone have a great day. Very good, Carl. Very cool. Which is not up here. Thank you for the reminder. I'm starting to see signs that I'm fading. Anyway, Rick Bradley. I've got Nick Tucker and Rick Bradley. That's her son. Check out my author page at that's address there. You can sink your claws into the Nightmare Collective, eat some apple pie with Marvin's Night Out, bask in the glory of the award-winning Pulp Rally #1, Try and Hide from Tales of the Weird and Strange, and go subscribe to his YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you'll not have to hunt his videos down. Have them hunt you. Anyway, Nick Tockard, Christina Ricci as Trixie and Speed Racer is epic. You never would know it was her. I agree, Joe. She disappeared in that role. She was fantastic. And finally, happy anniversary to you and Cookie and to Amy Hale and John Hale. Thank you very much, Rick Bradley. I appreciate that, brother. I really do. And now I want to watch Sleepy Hollow again. Yeah. I'll watch anything with Christina in it. I'm pretty sure it'll be going for a while still, considering how talkative we've been, Carl. Mike, Jimmy, you called that on 1. And happy birthday, Keisha A. Cup from Rick. And Helen and I celebrate our 13th wedding anniversary this Saturday. Happy anniversary to you guys, you great couple, you. I'm so pleased to see this. And Joe D, Nick Tucker was extremely aware. And hot take, I love the Speed Racer movie. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would too then. And happy anniversary then, Glenn. Agreed. And congratulations, Glenn. I agree with that as well. And congrats, Glenn. I couldn't agree more. And also, please subscribe to Nick Tockard's creative channel. He has 2 new shows planned. One is to be announced, and the other will be a series on how to homebrew an RPG campaign setting. Oh, man. I got to check that out. I think I'm subscribed, Nick, but if not, I'm going to go there and do that. And congratulations to Glenn from Carl Wisman. And I still feel blessed to have met Pam Greer, says Jody McPhee. Lucky you. Yeah. She is really nice and highly intelligent. One of those crushes at any age is worthwhile to meet. I agree. I've read interviews. She sounds like a terrific lady. I wouldn't mind meeting her myself. And the overcoat is chilled by the fear of the wicked. Exactly. And Pam Greer is gorgeous, Jody. Live the dream. Oh, hell yeah. You got that right. And she has a PhD now, Nick Tucker. Now, I did not know that. I would not be surprised. And yeah, talented and gifted. Well, yeah, it's just like Julie Newmar. Julie actually owns patents. She is also an inventor. She's like the Rita Hayworth of our generation. And also www.ckoepp.com, as she is writing on the edge. Yes, she is. Please check out Cindy Kep's website. And please check her out on Patreon. Become one of her patrons because she's awesome. And yep, says from Nessa Small Press Publisher, I was happy that her agent allowed me to jump the line because of leaving her comics. She's a gracious person to talk to. She was at Wizard World after she played Amanda Waller on Smallville. She was awesome in that. She really was. And also you can check out Nick Tockard, author, on Amazon. Check out The Big Stompy Robots and The Simple Sword. It's great stuff. And also Amanda Tockard, his wife, has great stuff like Coy Wolf. Please check that stuff out, okay? I wasn't about to say, all right. And if Cindy Cap is riding on the edge that I fell off a long time ago. Carl, are you confusing the edge with a wagon? Maybe? I don't know. Whoa, Carl, says Nick. And hello, Tommy Sharp. How are you? Good to see you. Hope the morning's treating you well. Happy to have you here as always. Nick Tockard also says, check out that channel, the Ragin AVC for Nita's. For Nita's what? Holy cats. Anyway, Cindy Cap, there she is. Can't actually tune in today in office with much sound restrictions, but I found the thread so high. Don't forget to tip your host. Go sign up for Rising Tide's newsletter at this address right here. Not that address. That's where you sign for Joe's stuff. Let's see. No, we need that. And we'll take this off. Okay, there we go. RisingTide.pub, where you can sign up for my newsletter. It's free, and the next issue will be out July 1st. Anyway. Okay, back to Cindy Cap, CKOAPB.com. Check her on the interweb. She is great. Also, bearpublications.com. Anyway, go sign up for Rising Tides Newsletter, Bug You Later. Sweetheart, you do not bug me ever. Mwah! And I hope you get your long dress all pressed out. That's a joke between me and her. And also check out Luke Stone Studios for Luke Stone's work. It's amazing. Hybrids, the Sons of Gods is great. And no raging today, then chat on, folks. Yeah, they just do it Monday. Daphne and Nita just do it Monday and Friday. So that's when we try to get off the air as fast as we can. Alice Cooper had a brilliant geometry teacher. His name is George, and taught you algebra? That is too cool for words. That is amazing. That is so cool. And yep, we're safe, Carl. Only Mondays and Fridays now. Says Mike Jimmy Lurch the Bruin. Oh, you say you're safe now, but you don't know Nita like I know Nita. And anyway, Carl Witzman, you're not a follower Wednesday. Daphne live stream and draw in the afternoon. So no vlog on Wednesday mornings. Okay. And yeah, Carl, it's hard to keep these schedules straight. I can't do it either. And there's also Hung on Animation by Mike Jimmy today at 1 p.m. Eastern. Definitely check that show out. He is very entertaining. He's great. I love you, Jimmy. And from Desperate Small Press Publisher, you don't have the worries of the wrench for their shows. Be happy, Carl Witzman. That's true. I've got a wrench, I think. And yes, Joe D, I have nothing to do on those shows except to interrupt with various crap. That's what I do pretty much. And let's see. Oh, what we got here? And the Facebook user says, good morning, Brian and the magnificent magical mystery Morris Monsters. How are you today? I'm on summer break. Woohoo! Good for you. Let's hear it. And unless the public apology was, we're sorry you felt that way. Good point, Skunk. Yeah. It's kind of like the apology version of when did you stop beating your wife, right? Good point. And no, it's a full apology. Okay, good. Thank you, Mike Jimmy. I appreciate the update on that. In all seriousness, we do not need to hate on these guys if they have, basically start treating their creators with the respect due them. And hello, and currently animating Hatch, says Glenn Fleming. And Glenn, your magnificence brightens the day, says Nick Tockard, who is correct. And Ted Davies Artistry, good to see you, brother. Good morning, all. See you on Drink of the Davies this Friday at 7 p.m. Chris is making me. She's going to be drinking you? Oh, my God, that's horrific. Oh, Ted. Call the police. Anyway, nice, Glenn. You want to hang out later on Hung on Animation and discuss? Hey, Mike Jimmy, good call for a guest there. And Hatch book number 2. Hatch, what's up? Coming soon on Indiegogo. Stay tuned. And I've not edited this book, so we don't know how good it is. Okay? It could, So you never know. Carl says, Ted. And Glenn goes, Nick. And Nick goes, woohoo, Glenn. And Glenn goes, I may drop in, Mike. Thanks for the invitation. And let me throw you the link while I'm at it, says Mike Jimmy. And another comment dump. And I'd like to meet Pam Grier. M-E-A-T, I bet. Anyway, I understand. She's on a short list of women that Cookie can kill me for. And my goodness, I am becoming moist, am I not? Anyway, I told you it was warm up here. Yeah, this is like the last end of the duct system here in this house. So, and the insulation in this room is virtually non-existent. So, yeah, we're only 5 minutes behind. We're running now. But anyway, to those who click notify me on the pre-launch page for the Radiant site, we're at 20 followers now. So thank you. Thank you, Mike Jimmy, for sharing your incredible talent and your generosity with us, my man. And Pam Grier has a PhD in being gorgeous, says Glenn Fleming. Oh, la, la. If there is, she has got a doctorate in deliciousness. That's all there is to it. And from this, a small press publisher, wow, now I got to share backer money due to tips. Hope it gets to 10K. Oh, man. There we go. What, do you have to share them with the cooks and with the wait staff? What? Eric Hawkins says, my European boys launched their Obsidian comic yesterday, and it funded in a little over an hour European-style comic printed and distributed in the U.S. by my man, Eric Hawkins. Eric, can you or have you thought about creating a store for these comics? Like, if you saw some you liked and could stand behind, would your people allow you to print extra copies for you to resell, as long as it did not interfere with them? Or, do you operate a store for I have to ask you about that. I'm curious about that now. Nick Tucker, folks think it's time to give BKM a break, though. Nah, let's keep going. And these schedules are why I've given up all broadcast TV. Better stuff here. Exactly. You're watching a man sweat to death before your very eyes. Could pass out. He's done it before. And I agree, Glenn Fleming from Jody McPhee. And good idea, Nick. Everyone have a great day. What? Everyone's deserting me? I'm just warming up. Look, you can tell I'm getting warmed up. And Ted's wife is drinking him. Is that why she got a wood chipper? That's for dinner with the Davies, It's like the old Alfred Hitchcock, if they're serving what you think is leg of lamb. And wow, this is Kat. Oh, Kat Rothermel. I didn't recognize you, sweetheart. I love you, Kat. The rock and roll art goddess. I said hello earlier, but just came through as Facebook user. Happy anniversary, Brian and Cookie. Love you, Kat. I want to meet you in person one day, and I will show you the love you deserve. I will. They have to call a SWAT team to get me off of you. And no, you advertise your tip jar as my campaign. I don't believe in false advertising. Well, it slipped in there for a moment, which is what she said. Anyway, Brian needs an iced coffee stat. Yes, I made a full pot of caffeinated coffee this morning and put it in to chill at the start of the show. I think I will go down and take advantage of that. Okay, Don, next time we visit BKM, we need to move his studio to that basement. I might very well broadcast from there this Friday, which, by the way, to remind people or to tell everyone who showed up later, Friday we are going to have a major announcement concerning Nevermind the Furthermore. I am thrilled to deliver it. It's going to mean this show is going to improve greatly. And I think you'll be excited about it too. So please. And hello, Kat Rothermel. She is awesome beyond measure. And yes, I'd like to take that measure someday. But no, seriously, Kat, I love you. Kat is a goddess. She encourages so much creativity with her art students. And it is beautiful to behold. And I love this lady. I've not met her yet in person, but it's on the bucket list to wrap my arms around her. And now she's running. But anyway, thank you, Nick, for that. And thank you, one and all, for putting us through this very moist episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. Oh, dear God, it is warm in here. And BKM got sponsored by Disney. That's major. Yeah, they're going to buy me out. Eric Hawkins put in a good word for me. But anyway, folks, we want to thank everyone for being here. We also want to thank our Patreon supporters. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly. And many of these people have their own pages, so please check them out as well. I offer you, for the barest minimum amount, $1 every month, I will give you 2 blogs a week, sometimes even on time. And you can check them out. And if you give me $5 a month, you will get to read Volcana in the first draft before anyone else, starting this week, probably starting later today if I don't pass out here. It's starting to get warm in here. So anyway, if you want to support this show and all we do here, please check us out at patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And we do appreciate you. And if you want to give a one-time donation to this show, please check us out at paypal.me/RisingTideBKM. And we are grateful for all of your support. Also, we are grateful for Plasma Fire Graphics, our sponsor. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you.
You've worked hard and written a great book. Now, it's time to give it a great cover. If you're an indie author or small press publisher, Plasma Fire Graphics is your source for affordable cover illustration and graphic design. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you.
Your great book deserves a great cover. So please, please, please check out Plasma Fire Graphics Facebook page. Then go to plasmafiregraphics.com and check out the great samples and the indie creator-friendly pricing there. He is great to work with. I love you, Jeffrey Hayes, in so many ways, and I'm grateful for all you do for this show and for me. Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. Also, want to thank Rising Tide Publications. Coming out later this year will be The Terrors. Yes, The Terrors. And we have some preliminary art from a side project involving The Terrors, but this is give you a taste of what's going on in the book to come. And it'll have another cover by Jeffrey Hayes, and it's going to be beautiful. You will love it. And don't forget, this Saturday at the Peoria Civic Center in Peoria, Illinois, I will be at the Indie Author Book Expo with Carl Witzman, Donna Carlene, Keisha Acuff, Kathy Jackson, and so many more people. Please come see us. I will have some of my latest publications with me available for signage, and we'll tell you stories. We'll talk to you about publishing and writing and editing and all kinds of great stuff. Please come see us. It's at the Peoria Civic Center, the Indie Author Book Expo, from starting at 10, going to about 4 o'clock, and we want to see you there, all right? And we've got a few more comments here. Let's see. Here we go. And Nick Tucker says, Brian is just cutting out the middleman of you paying him for the advertising. There we go. And I love you too, Brian and Nick. We love you so much, Kat. We really do. You are our rock and roll art goddess. You were just a goddess, period. And for this was Small Press Publisher from Mox Nick with his laughter and the howls of Mouse or the howls of Bob. And Bring Home Cookie. Nick Tucker, Bringing Home Cookie, and Amanda is what you and I have in mind, right? And later to you, Donna. Mwah. Thank you for being here, sweetie. And time for BKM to take a cold shower with all the Julie Newmar, Pat McCreary, Yvonne Craig, and Cookie Talk. Everyone enjoy your day because he just did. From the National Small Press Publisher, Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, and also on Comic Book Spectrum tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Yeah, I probably should take a cold shower after all that. I'm kind of worked up now. And I'd like to recommend everyone pick up Christine Davies' new book, To Serve Ted. Says the Skunk Rocker, available at all discount underground bookstores today. Just look in the human flesh section. That's right, by God. And if you think Ted is delicious on his various broadcasts on his Ted Davies Artistry Network, he's even tastier in real life, I'm told. Anyway, later to you, Joe DeWeefee. We'll see you tomorrow night, brother. And Skunk Rocker gets some laughs in his wake. And Nick Tucker, Christine Davies, long pork barbecue recipes, and the Ted Dead's barbecue sauce made with real hemp oil. But anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you for putting up with our fall draw. And this is the longest episode we've had in a while. This has been very cool. Please like, share, and subscribe to this broadcast if you would. It helps us so very much. And we do appreciate every bit of it. And it will help us grow because we've got some great plans on broadcasting coming up soon. Don't forget, Friday will be a big announcement for NEVERMIND the Furthermore. You definitely want to show up for that. All right. And let me see. I think that's it. Don't forget, this is New Comic Book Day. Please visit your local comic shop and get you some funny books. It's great. And since Webtoons has just apologized, go there too. All right. Anyway, however you get your comics, please enjoy the day. Please stay safe. Check on people who can't get out for their sake and yours. And we will see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on Comic Book Spectrum. And we will see you Friday morning on a brand new episode live of NEVERMIND the Furthermore. Yes, it's getting warm in here, and Brian thinks he's about had it. But anyway, thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for bearing with us. And we will see you Friday morning on NEVERMIND the Furthermore. And as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great day, everyone. And we'll see you Friday on a live, hopefully a little cooler, NEVERMIND the Furthermore special announcements. Have a great hump day, everyone. Keep on humping.
Thank you for watching NEVERMIND the Furthermore, a Rising Tide broadcast network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on NEVERMIND the Furthermore.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.